Hey there! So I am going to do a wonderful exercise with you today that's going to allow you to activate the neurochemistry of memory. So we're going to prime your memory banks by lighting up the circuits of memory belonging to childhood, imagination, and by stimulating these, it will activate your general memory circuits and it will give you this increase in ability and memory power. So it's ideal if you can practice this exercise maybe once a day or maybe once every other day, but as much as you can. And do feel free to swap out some of the questions in there for your own. Okay? Now, what we're aiming for here is for you to have flashes of memory. So we're not looking for big stories. In fact, big stories are not helpful to this process. What we want is flashes. So I'm going to read you some questions and you can sit still in your chair with your eyes closed and your feet on the floor so we don't fall asleep. And I'm going to read you some statements. And what I want you to do is to think about the statements. If you're alone, you can say the answers out loud. If not, it's perfectly okay to keep them in your mind. Okay? So let's begin. Okay, so get comfortable. Good, you're comfy. Close your eyes, put your feet flat on the floor, and I want you to tell me from your childhood about a very young boy. And now tell me from your childhood about an old lady. Now tell me from your childhood about your favourite foods. Now tell me from your childhood about a much loved or much hated teacher. And tell me from your childhood about eating an ice cream cone. Now tell me from your childhood about your bedroom as a child. Remembering all the objects, how they looked, how it felt. That's right. Now tell me from your childhood about climbing a tree. And tell me from your childhood what you ate for breakfast. Now tell me from your childhood about a pair of shoes that you wore. And tell me from your childhood about a family trip. Good. And now open your eyes and stand up and just stand there for a moment and check in with yourself now. How does your body feel right now? And how does your head feel right now? And just shake yourself around a little bit, shake it off, and then sit back down again. Close those eyes, feet flat on the floor. And now this time we're going to move a little bit faster. And I want you to remember these things as vividly as you can. Okay? Be ready. Close your eyes. And I want you to remember getting up this morning. Remember what you were doing this time yesterday. Remember your high school graduation or the day that you left school. Remember hearing about Princess Diana's death. Remember something that happened last summer, an event. Remember the first time that you fell in love. And remember your first day at school. And remember the last time you went to the supermarket. Now remember your earliest memory. And remember 10 years from now. And remember the changing of your Prime Minister. And remember Madonna singing in concert. And remember Leonardo da Vinci painting the Mona Lisa. And remember Joan of Arc leading the armies of France. And remember King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. And remember Cleopatra floating down the Nile in her perfumed golden barge. And remember the crucifixion of Jesus of Nazareth. And remember the building of the Great Wall of China. Now remember the building of the Great Pyramids of Egypt. And remember early man hunting the woolly mammoth. Remember the giant dinosaurs dragging their bodies across the swampy marshes of years ago. And remember the creation of Earth. Remember the creation of the universe. And remember 1,000,000 years from now. And now remember yourself totally at this present moment. And now you can open your eyes. And perhaps you want to write down anything that you've noticed about this experience. And all of those things that I mentioned at the end then. are the imaginings of historical moments, but they're historical moments that you've learned about in your past, somewhere, somehow. And you have hooked in some trace of memory around those events, which is how you're able to imagine them. And so practicing this every day doing this every day will help you. I also have another set of questions that are similar. So if you want me to swap it out and do new questions, I can do that for you. Okay, enjoy!